There are three things a gay always needs.
Craziest thing happened to me today.
We gotta know the tea. We gotta keep the tea. We gotta be the best friend.
Guess who I saw on the dating app the other day?
I'm so glad that phones cannot talk, because if my phone could talk, the secrets that it would tell.
Wow, I really was blessed with good looks. Like, look at me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Good Day Gay. I'm Russell Ray along with my co-host, Paulie B. Hey Paulie B. Oh, I love this shirt. Come on, Filipino.
Filipino Project, yes.
Yes, Filipino Project. That's your brother's company, correct?
Yes, this is my brother's business, Filipino Project. They're going to be at the Fringe this year, the Adelaide Fringe. Make sure you come and check us out. I'll probably be serving you food. The face.
And looks. He serves looks as well. So, and dirty looks are free in case you have an attitude, but maybe that's only in America.
I see you in the line. I see you.
We'll see you in the line, baby. Drop your number to Paul because he is single, ready to mingle, and he got the muscles and body yaddy yaddy. And if worst case scenario, find him on Grindr, because today is the Grindr Chronicles. We are talking about hookups that went horribly wrong. And I probably have some stories of my own before I was in this, in a relationship. With that being said, this is a pre-recorded episode. This is probably one of our first pre-recorded episodes that we're doing. So if you're watching this live, and if it's in the live chat on Instagram, like, please know you can just send me a text message or Paul a text message, and we will answer any questions about this episode that you have. So Paul, I want to jump right into it. Let's check our notes, shall we? We love a little Wendy Williams moment. How you doing? Hold on, let me pull the note out of my hair. Back in my wig. Here we go. My wig is back on. Okay. Are you currently on Grindr?
Yes, I am on Grindr as a blank profile.
Blank profile. Okay, so
I've got stats.
Okay, but what is the deal with a blank profile? Like, why not put your body or like anything on there?
The blank profile is because, like, we spoke about it in the first episode of this season, where I said I've just decided to recently go back on the dating apps, and so trying to focus more on like Tinder and Hinge rather than Grindr and Sniffies. So that's why I'm like, okay. That's why I'm like, they're blank profiles, because that's just like my little, just perusing, just having a look. If there's anyone out there that I think I would want to say hey to, I'll say hey, photo. So I'll still send a photo, and I still got stats on there. What am I?
Okay,
I am 175 centimeters, 80 kilograms, muscular, first bottom.
Ooh, okay, hold on. Verse bottom. Okay, so the conversation that we've had in the past, you've acknowledged that you, in español, es more pasivo.
Sí, más pasivo.
So what brought in the verse? Are you exploring is this like a new exploration of yourself that you're entering?
I've always known that I'm verse. Like, I've always known that I'm verse. Like, especially in a relationship, I would much rather be verse. In my single life, I am definitely more like más pasivo. Pero yeah, I don't know. It's just something that, like, I've always known that I am like verse. And look, guys are here for it. Guys love a bit of a dominant head.
Okay, so one of my friends, he is verse, right? But when he's going into a situation where he's coming in as a top, the person on the opposite end looks a lot different versus when he's bottoming. So for yourself, do you have a different, I don't even know how to describe, do you have a different stature that you prefer when you're topping versus when you're bottoming?
I think for the most part, like, across the spectrum, I always am drawn to masculine energy. Not to say that I don't, not attracted to someone that, likes to dress up or likes to paint their nails. Like, I am attracted to that as well. But in terms of a feminine, masculine energy. I definitely am drawn more to masculine energy. And so I think that translates across from like top mood to bottom mood. In the top mood, I definitely like a thick ass, or a little sub. Wow. We're getting into it in this episode because this is the Grindr Chronicles. This is the Grindr Chronicles. We're in it.
We in it to win it, literally in it to win it.
Oh my gosh.
When was your last interaction?
Is interaction like, are we talking?
Just a meetup. Just when was your last meetup?
I'm gonna say Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh,
like
well,
3 days ago.
hello, good morning, Grand Rising. And how did that go? Was it acceptable? Was it horribly? Was it bad? Did it go well? Is the question.
Oh, it went well. Yeah, it went well.
Okay.
I was in a top mood at that point.
Okay. All right, Paul.
Okay.
Let's talk about the ones that didn't go so well. When was the last
gosh.
time you had a horrible hookup and what happened?
We did not prep for this. Oh my gosh.
We love spontaneity. I have a degree in this, so I was ready.
The last time. Oh my gosh. And it went horribly wrong. Wait, is this where we're talking about our Grindr stories now? Or is this
we are in the Grindr Chronicles. We are in the thick of it. What's the skinny, or what I like to call, what's the thick?
Okay, I can't think of one recently that went wrong, but I'm trying to go back to I've got a list of scenarios here that I had put into my notes getting ready for this episode. So I've got things like up in the stairwell, flooding the hotel room, running into my ex at the sauna, the Athens sauna, the hotel room elevator, finding love in the orgy. What?
Oh.
Anyway, okay. So
wait. You found
no.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what?
No. We're just leaving the list there, and I'm going to talk about flooding the hotel room.
Let's talk about the flooding the hotel room, and then everybody DM him about finding love in an orgy, because I am so curious about that one. That is the one that people want to know, but that is the subscription fee that you got to find out. So go ahead and slip into the DMs, Patreon him, send him a Venmo. I don't know if y'all have Venmo in Australia, but send it. You can send it to me. I'll send it to him in Bitcoin. We'll figure it out.
I can neither confirm or deny that list is my stories or my friends' stories. In terms of flooding the hotel room, so the second time, I went to New York in 2022. And I stayed at the Citizen M, near Soho, near the Chinatown area. And I jumped on Grindr and I met this guy. He was Colombian. And he was like, "Hey, I've just finished work." And I'm like, "Cool."
Oye, papi, ¿cómo está, papi? Yes.
Yes, like that. So he was like, "Hey, I've just finished work." I was like, "Cool. If you're in the area, this is where I'm staying. Do you want to come over?" And he came over. And he was like, "Cool, I'm just a little bit sweaty and all of that stuff from work. Do you mind if I take a shower?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." 2 seconds, I need a cough.
Everybody on mute. Look around, just me and my crew. Big energy. I know I got the first part wrong. Don't judge me, y'all. Don't come for me in the comments.
Okay, so then
I was trying to be spontaneous. Okay, go ahead.
I loved it. So he was like, "Yeah, I just need to take a shower." So he's taking a shower. I've joined in the shower. But the core memory of this is that this was the year that Bad Bunny released Un Verano Sin Ti. And so Titi Me Pregunto was a massive hit then. That is my 2022 New York song. Every time I hear that song, I think about New York and I think about this guy. So the entire Bad Bunny album is playing, and there are a lot of tracks on that album. So it's playing from
tracks on that album.
there's a lot of tracks on that album, so it's played from the top to the bottom of that album, and we've made
No
it
pun
through the
intended.
we've made it through the entire album, and then next thing you know, I open up the shower door and the entire shower is flooded, and some of the water has like then flown
Oh,
through.
you forgot to turn it off.
No, so what's happened is like we had the shower head sort of facing another way, like towards
I've
the
done
door.
that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
the sealant at the bottom of the door must have not been fully sealed. That
Yeah.
the was just like flooded and then started flowing out of the door. And so
Yeah.
the bathrooms, and if you've ever stayed in Citizen M, they're very small rooms. And so the bathrooms flooded, the water's like started flowing through to the hotel room. And this is when I knew, I was like, okay, this guy could be a keeper, because you know, after that, he could have just ran and left. He's like, anyway, peace out. Welcome to New York. See ya. Instead, he really stuck around and like helped me, you know, drain the bathroom. And like, I requested extra towels and they brought extra towels. And he was just there, you know, like mopping up the floor. And I was like, this could be love. But yeah,
I love that.
That's flooding the hotel room.
You know what? I have been in a very similar situation. It wasn't even with the person; it was just with myself. I was in a hotel, and you know, I don't like to step into the shower and it be cold. I like it to warm up, and then I like to get the temperature right, and then I'll let you know this steam a little bit. I'll just go do the thing, get my towel, have a moment. Maybe I'm doing a facial at the moment, and then I go in and wash it off, whatever. And so the same thing. The seal was there was a gap between the shower seal, and I walked in. I was like, I was in awe. Like the whole floor was flooded, and then the second part of me didn't care because I was like, I still need to get in the shower, so I left it flooded. Got in the shower because I was not about to throw the towels that I needed to dry myself off with, on the floor. And so I've been in your situation. I understand exactly what that is.
We've all flooded the bathroom.
I have a surprise.
But I need a Grindr story from you, okay? Because I feel like I listed a whole lot. You need to give something. You need to give something.
Well, I do have something to give to you. I have a surprise. I brought in a guest you have never met before. My best friend, has the ultimate stories. Baby, let me tell you. The Grindr should be paying this one dividends because the messages that we send like the screenshots, okay? So please welcome to the stage my bestie, Humbie Fabian.
Yes.
Hi.
¿Cómo está?
I feel like you should have the little background clap. You know, it's like, yay. You know, have you heard that?
Hold on.
Background?
Give me 3
He's
seconds.
He's got
a
it.
little picture like, yay.
Yes, that's the one.
How you doing?
You're our second mate, Humvee. You're the second mate on the podcast.
You are the second mate on the show.
So exciting. I'm really excited to be here. You guys are like a dynamic duo. You guys are so funny, feed off each other so just like easily, and it's like fluidly. So I'm like, I gotta be in your show. I have to do this. I have to be here.
Yes.
Well, I know, because look, Humbie, last time we had talked about this from last season. He was like, why didn't you have me on Daddy Issues? Like, that was the episode. Like, I should have. And you know what? That was our highest ranked episode.
That
so by
was
popular
such
demand,
a good episode. That was such a good episode.
We're going to have Daddy 2.0. This is an exclusive. We're going to have Daddy 2.0 this season. We don't know when we're going to film it yet, but we will keep everybody in the loop.
We do want a daddy on that episode, though. So, daddies, if you're listening and you want to be on the episode, slide into our DMs. Slide into our DMs, daddies.
Cool. Yes. Hi, Daddy.
Slide into his DMs multiple ways. Okay, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Paul has told me one of his Grindr stories. I don't know if I have a horribly wrong. I do. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
this was years ago, right? I had just got out of my last relationship, and I was like, you know, like flirting with someone. When I look, they were a janitor at the gym I was working at.
Wait, does Humbie know this story? Do you know the story, Humbie?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think, no, not a janitor.
All right.
I've had a
reaction.
story, but not,
And everyone at that gym used to call me J-Lo because my butt is big. And they were always like, is it real? Is it fake? And I'm like, no, it's real. It's just shapely. Like, I don't even think my butt is big. It's just shapely. So it sits high. And it's like,
it's big. It's big. Yeah.
It is. It
so
really
I used to, hey, what's up, J-Lo? Hey, what's up, J-Lo? La, da, 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 right? And so the janitor at this gym, very like stunning, gorgeous, handsome man. Never even knew he was gay. And he would be like, what up, J-Lo? Like, give me a little dap on it. So I'm like, okay, that's not indicating gay. Like, you know, they get he's like, oh my God, give me a hug. And they'll try to fill up on you. And so just, you know, nothing. So anyways, I run into him at 340 in Pomona. This was that far, yes, that long ago. Which is a gay bar it's a 2-story gay bar in Pomona, California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what is 340? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's 18 and over.
It's in the IE, the Inland Empire.
In the Inland Empire. And so he was there, and I was like looking around, like, who is this man with, right? And so I'm feeling confident, and I have about 4 drinks in. I walk over and I'm like, how you doing? And he's like, yo, J-Lo, what's up? And I was like, why are you here? He was like, what, I can't be here and have a drink? And I'm like, are you here alone? And he's like, yeah, I'm here alone. And I was like, what? And so I'm like, anyways, I was with my people, so I had to go back over there, right? And then I was like, let me get on Grindr and see if this fool's actually on. So I was like, pull it up. I was like, I'll be right back. Right? Go. I pull him up. He's on Grindr. And at that, he was verse bottom, which I was like really not expecting. So I message him and I'm like, yo, come up to us like with me and my friends. So he comes up and then we go back to my car. We make out. It's like nothing crazy. And then he was like, can I get a ride home? Like, we live in the same direction. I'm like, oh yeah, no worries. Like, I got you. Cause you have to, in order to get from 340 to my house, where I used to live, you got to jump on 2 freeways or you got to take 1 long street down and you got to jump on the freeway. And he was like on one of the exits on the way home. So I was like, yeah, no worries. So then I drop him off, you know, like we like kiss goodnight, whatever. And he's like, I really want to take you out. And I'm like, all right, for sure. Like, let's go out. So then he texted me after as I'm on the way home and he was like, man, I'm really hungry. Like I wanted to eat, like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Like we would have pulled over and like got something. Like we could have went to the taqueria right there. There's a good one that's off of Gary.
Yum.
South of...
We went to that one time when you were.
Oh yeah, we did. Yep. Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've gone there, and so I was like, I would have taken him there because that place is bomb, right? So then he's like, well, I can still get food, and I'm thinking to myself like, am I gonna turn around? I'm like, oh, like okay, like for sure, and just kind of left it at that. And he's like, but like I don't have no money. And I was like, oh, and like me just being nice, right? And like you're just trying to end the conversation because you know it's gonna get awkward. I'm like, oh well, like you should have told me, like I don't mind spotting you, like I would have got you. And he's like, well, could you just like send me your routing numbers? And I'm like, my routing numbers.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Like your routing numbers to your bank account.
It's bank information.
Oh, okay. Your bank account details. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, can you just send me like your routing numbers? And I was like, my routing numbers? Absolutely not.
No.
Okay. Come to find out, I talked to someone at the gym. Not only does this man have 2 babies' moms who live with him, but they're all dating each other.
What?
Yes. And then he was trying to get with me while he was already with them. And he has kids. Like he had kids. I'm like, how do you have 3 incomes? You, your 2 babies' moms, and y'all have no money. And then you're going to ask me for my bank account? And then you're going to try to fraud me? Absolutely not. Needless to say, I stopped going to that gym. I blocked him on everything. Deleted his number. And I don't know if he's ever called ever since because I don't remember his number. But like, I almost got frauded on. I almost got frauded on Grindr.
Did you take him home?
No, I didn't take it. Well, I dropped him off at home, but like I also took myself home.
You were like, bye.
But like when I dropped him off, that's
That's
when he told me the whole thing about the like, oh, I was hungry, and I'm like, oh, well, we could have stopped to get something to eat, and then like,
Yeah.
so awkward.
and then I told him like
That's
I could have
weird.
spotted him, like, oh, I could have spotted you, like, and he's like, well, can you send me your
Yeah.
routing number? It's like, what?
No.
Absolutely not.
That's
And you know what?
weird.
I hope he starved for a couple of days after that because like you just don't do that. You don't ask.
Right.
I was raised with morals, and there's certain things that you just don't ask, and that's one. Like you're gonna ask for someone's bank account. Like you think I'm dumb because you're
That is
beautiful
so
as a human
bold.
being. That's why you have two babies, mom, and that's why you're broke. So
Yeah.
Oh
now I'm
my
mad
God.
again. So we're gonna end the podcast here.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Humbie, what is your top
us.
hookup on Grindr that went wrong?
Oh.
First of all, first question. Second question is, or reverse these. What do you look for in someone when you're searching Grindr?
Wait, I'm gonna ask one
Ooh.
more other question. Are you
Okay,
single?
3 questions.
Okay.
Are you single,
I'm
and what
ready.
does your Grindr profile show?
Like the display name?
Everything, stats. What's your photo?
Hold
what's
on,
your
here,
photo?
let me
what's
help
your
you out.
display name?
Oh,
It's too zoomed in. I'm like, okay, so I'm single. And I don't, okay, so I travel a lot for work, so I don't like to show my face on Grindr, but it's more just discreetly because I don't want to run into like my colleagues and things like that, and then they see me and it's just weird. Um, so I don't show my face, but I do have like just neck down, right? And it's maybe
Mm.
like 3 or 4 photos of just like my booty hanging out, either me like in a thong or just like my shorts, like or just like my shorts like at the gym and I'm like posing and like my ass is showing, like things like that.
Love that.
Stats, I do have like my height and just things like that. So I have like muscular, 5'7". What else are the other stats? I feel like that's all I look at. There's
Yeah,
a like
like
I think Hispanic,
position.
right? Hispanic
Yeah.
position. I wish it was like a power throat one, but there isn't. So I do have bottom on there.
I love this.
And my I feel like I'm getting put on the spot. And my what is my display name? I change it up here and there, but I think the one that I had the longest was like throat slut, but I think now it's I don't even know. It's something,
yes. Okay, I just had to give you
it's
an
something
applause
about
for that one.
something along the lines of something with a throat. So it's still
I'm
kind of
so
along
here
the
for
same
this.
lines. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Position. What's your
that's
position?
I have bottom on there just because there's nothing. Yeah, so that's kind of, so if you see me out there, you see those stats, that's me. I'm already putting myself out there to my colleagues, I guess.
Y'all slip into wait, what's your Instagram handle so that people can slip into your DMs? Because now we're gonna
Oh
have to follow up
God.
at the end of the season with all of our guests.
I'm gonna
So
follow you
mine
right
is,
now.
so it's at the Cheekie Humbie. They both end with IE like my name. So it's Cheekie, CheeKie, Humbie, HUMBIE. But honestly, if you even type Humbie, it pops up. Like I've had people
Yeah.
tell me like they just type Humbie and they're like, oh my God, you're so easy to find. I'm like, oh, okay. Because
I
they just type,
gotcha.
right. Yeah, they just type Humbie and it's like, boom, it's like right there. So that's that. So if you want to type Humbie, you'll see me. If not, the Cheekie Humbie is my Instagram handle.
Okay,
Love it.
so what do you
No,
look
that's a
for
story.
in someone
Okay.
on Grindr? What is your type? Like, what just makes you go, What makes you say Campbell's chicken noodle soup, good?
You know, it's so weird because, well, okay, so we're just talking about hooking up, right? Because obviously Grindr is more of like a hookup app. It's not really dating.
Yes.
So I
Well,
have like
I
different
kind
things
of
that I like.
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Because Russ has asked,
Yeah.
"What do you look for on Grindr?" And then like maybe quickly, is it the same outside of Grindr?
It's right. It's different. I feel like a lot. It's weird. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen that in people's bios. It's like, oh, looking for something serious. I don't want to hook up. But I'm like, if you understand Grindr is
You know where you're
not
at.
a place to date. Like,
Yeah.
if people are
Yeah.
looking for a quick hookup, let's go. Like, let's do the thing. It's like sniffies kind of, but it's like
Yeah.
no one is looking for a relationship on Grindr. And if you are, you're in the wrong app. You know what I mean? So, no,
Wrong
that's how I see it because it's really what it is. So anyway,
Calling Paul
so.
out right there.
So if we're just looking for just dating, I feel like for me, when I'm hooking up with someone, I love just really like masculine looking guys. Like I love like a
Mm.
strong face feature. So like I love like a strong brow, bearded, like a strong either like a nose or just like really strong face features is what it gets me all the
Yeah.
time.
So I said, like, when I was talking about what I look for, I said I use the words masculine energy, whereas you've said masculine looks. So could you
Yeah.
have someone looks masculine but maybe is in the feminine?
No. Not
Okay.
if I'm hooking up.
No. She said no.
Hell no. No.
He's like,
And
get
so
over there and get on the bed right now.
get right.
Get down right now.
Stop it. We're not calling out femtops. I like a femtop. I don't mind a femtop.
Hey, no, right. Power to them. Like femtops, they're there, they exist, and they will put it down. I have friends that are into femtops, but that for
Yes,
me,
girl, bend and
hooking up
snap.
is right. But for me, it's just like I love just like masculine, just everything. Like fucking pin me down, like put me in my place. That's what I like. And like
Yeah.
so for me, like anyone, I'm 5'7", so like anyone just taller than me and just beefier than me, like fucking bitch, take me to like I'm a rag doll at this point. Like I'm not even human to you anymore.
I love this
Wow.
episode so much. Love this episode so
That's
much.
why,
Yes.
that's why. But that's kind of what I look for. If I'm gonna hook up, like dating wise, there's obviously it's way different. But for hookups, that's what I've kind of just always and also Russell knows this. Like I've always that's kind of almost what I attract or in my past.
Very much so.
Sometimes when I'm not even looking for that, that's what for me.
It
You know what I
comes
mean?
to
Like if that
you.
makes sense. Like yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just like it kind of works hand in hand because it's like oh I like
Yeah.
that, but I kind of
Yeah.
attract that too. So
Yeah, exactly.
it works out. It just works out. It's like I'm not really trying. Like it just kind of just works out.
There's been times where we've been walking together and there is like straight men that are attracted to Humbie that just like will come right to him and be like, dang, I'm straight, but you got a fat ass. And like,
Yes, yes,
who says
yes.
that?
Yes. It happens to me at the gym like every so often too. Like straight guys are like, oh, I'm not gay, but like you have a nice ass, and I'm like, oh, thanks. Like you know.
You know what?
And I've had guys tell me like. You're very like you have I don't know what this means, but I've had certain guys tell me like I have a girl's ass, which is kind of
Yeah.
interesting because I feel like Russell would have a girl's ass, like his ass is just out
What?
there, you know.
No,
like,
I appreciate a straight man that can say that though. Do you know what I mean? Like a straight man that's so comfortable with himself that he can go to
Yeah.
a guy and just be like, "You have a nice ass." Like, props to the
Mhm.
straights that can do that.
They've
Come on,
done it in
straight.
front of their wives or their girlfriends, and then their girlfriends will
yeah.
agree with them.
Yes,
Come to my
yes.
rugby.
And then they'll be like, yeah, you do have a really big butt. And then this one will turn and be like, well, if you guys wouldn't want me to come over, just let me know. And then they both eat it up. They'll be like, the guy will be like, don't tell me with a good time. And the girlfriend's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'd
they're
love to
so
watch that go down. And I'm like,
They're
what is happening?
yes,
I actually
yes.
love this
It's so
episode
crazy.
so much.
It's so crazy, and Russell has seen it. Like,
I've seen it.
I've like, yes. Like, remember that one? When we went to the movie theater, that one straight guy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he looks like he will fuck you up, but like he was
Yep.
eating it up.
Yep.
He was
And he was
eating-
like, oh my
yeah.
God, you were driving that Mercedes Benz that was a convertible. And he was like, yeah, that was me. He's like, oh my God, you look so good in there. And
Yeah.
he was like, thanks. And then like, just like, it finds a
And I was
reason
like,
to keep
oh my-
talking to
yeah.
Humbie. And I'm like,
And I was like, oh my God, I was like, you have such good taste in music, like yada yada. And he'd be like pounding me. He's like, oh, thanks, man. Like he was just really loving it.
He
Mind
was
you, his
eating it
wife
up.
was in the movie theater too with him.
Yep.
Like somewhere in there. Yeah.
I need to
Yep.
come to LA and hang out with you, Humvee. I need to come to LA and hang out with you. Oh my gosh.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh.
Let's do it.
we're like the diverse Sex and City. Well, Sex and the City. No, we are the diverse Sex and the City. We're
We are the
and just
diverse.
like that. That's who we are.
Yes.
I think
period,
I'm
period.
Carrie. I'm Carrie in this little thing. I'm Carrie
Okay, so
outside. Yeah.
I don't know who I am.
Okay, so I never
Samantha.
have ever seen. I've never seen the show. People sometimes tell me like, "Oh, you're this character," and I'm like, I have never seen Sex and the City. Okay, I'll tell you this really quick. When it first premiered, the first episode, I thought it was porn. So like, I tuned in, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this shit?" So I stopped watching because I was like, "This is not, this is not porn."
It's
and
really
I
not.
never sat after that.
That is hilarious. Okay, so the moment of truth. What
Yes.
is a hookup that went horribly wrong? Tell us what happened.
I feel like I've had so many. Like I always make the joke, like, "Oh, of course, it would happen to me," because I feel like things always just happen to me. I don't know why.
Give us the best one. Like give us Like, I want my jaw to like hit the ground. Like, I want the listeners to be like, no.
I have two really good ones, but I'll give you one for sake of time. And Russell, I think I want to talk about the one where the favor one. I think that would be a really. You think that's like a jaw? You think that's a jaw dropping one?
I mean, it is, but it's not. Oh well, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, I can say another one, but I just feel like that's a
Let's
more
go into that
recent
one.
one where it's
Let's
like
do that.
weird.
My mom was shook when you told her. So
Oh God. Okay, I tried to sum it up really, really fast. So I was in one of my hotel rooms. So I was in one of my hotel rooms, and I had landed the night before, and I was like on the app, and there was like nothing around. Then I came across this guy, same thing, like had no like photo of his face. Anyway, so we're messaging for a little bit, and he was supposed to come over that night, but I was so tired, so I passed out. Didn't respond to him until like the next day. And then we had like message in the morning, and he was like, "Oh, like, can I come over?" Because he was staying like at a hotel just like down the street from me. And we were kind of just like messaging back and forth. Then I was like, I'm over this. Like, I'm gonna go work out, whatever. So I did my thing, came back, and I was like, if it's meant to be, like maybe later, like if it happens, it happens. So then again, we're like messaging after, and then he was like, oh, like let me come over. And I was like, all right, well, I have free time, so like come over, right? So mind you, like the conversation was so normal. His bio was just kind of normal, like it had his regular stats. So there was really nothing weird.
Yeah.
In our conversation, I'm pretty good at spotting on like catching
the fakes.
I don't know, like or just like anything weird. Like I don't know, I'm pretty good at it. But it's normal. So anyway, so he came over, right? He just wanted a blowjob. Like we weren't gonna hook up. He just wanted head. So I was like, oh, this is easy. Like I don't have to like prep or anything. This is perfect.
This is easy.
So yeah, of course, it literally. So anyway, so he comes over. We're talking a little bit, again, like nothing weird. So we're doing the thing, right? And we're maybe like 40 minutes in of me just going at it, right? And your face, that's 40 minutes is nothing. I've done like 2 hours, like, and it's nothing. Like, what are you?
I'm in that 40 minutes. I'm probably
that's my friend.
In that 40 minutes, I'm probably literally like, I need to go have dinner. I need to. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, no, no.
Actually,
No, 40 minutes is just like it's easy. So I don't know. That's just me. That's what I'm saying. Like, if there was an option on Grindr to be like other than bottom, I would click that. But there's nothing. Anyway, so
Kim Petras really wrote "Throat Goat" for you. Like that's your anthem. Kim Petras' "Throat Goat."
Yes, exactly. So anyway, so we're going at it, and here's where it's like it gets so weird. So we're like, so whatever. Like, but things are great. Like in that moment, things are so good, and he's like saying the right things, and he's just saying everything he's supposed to. I love a verbal guy. Like that turns me on so much. Like fucking degrade me. Like that's what I need from you.
Yes.
So we're going at it, and then motherfucker proceeds to tell me. So he's telling me things, right? And then he tells me, he's like, "Oh baby, like, can you do me a favor?" And so as I'm doing the thing, and I'm thinking like, oh, he's probably gonna ask for something kinky. So I'm ready, right? Because we're in the moment. I'm ready. He's like, can you lend me $30? He asked me.
Oh my gosh!
How does it know where to look?
Okay, was that like the 40-minute rate? Like, what if you got to 1 hour? Would he be like, can you lend me $45? Like, is it $15?
No. I don't
Is
know.
it $15 for 20 minutes? Like, what's the go? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It was it caught me so it caught me so off guard. It caught me so off guard. But okay, here's the thing. I don't like anything weird. See, I don't like dealing with weird situations. Like I always try to deflect. I hate awkward moments. Like I just don't like anything. Anywhere I'm at, like in any awkward moment, I try to diffuse it or just try to do something else because I just hate. I just get weird. So that was so awkward. That was
like the ick. Like in the moment, that was the ick. You were like, nah.
But I mean, I was like, no. I kind of made the joke, and I was like, no. I don't get paid until like 2 days, and I'm broke right now. Whatever. As I'm going so at it, like I'm like, talking. We're talking and multitasking, and then he's like, when I said no, he's like, well, how much you got? And I'm like, really? Like, And I'm
Girl.
anyway, so
Gotcha.
I would have bit down
Oh,
at that point because I'd have been so mad. Don't be asking me for money. You know, again, someone with no money.
I would have been
so
like,
right. Speaking of
I-
the money theme, right?
oh my gosh.
So I don't like I could have told him to leave, but that's just so awkward. So I just finished. I went through it until he finished, and then he left. Like we're like okay, like I was like well thank you, whatever. Like and he's like so was like oh well you owe me, and I was like okay I owe you, whatever. Like out your way, bitch. Like I locked
Bye.
right. Like oh, okay bye. I fucking locked that door. I was like fuck no he's not about
Locked
to fucking
him.
again. Yeah, but that was so weird. Mind you, like when he got to my hotel room, he was like flaunting about how it was his birthday the day before, and he was out with his girlfriend, like blowing money. His girlfriend was in the hotel room sleeping while he came here to my hotel room. So it was some all this money, and I'm like, why are you asking me for money? But you blew all your money last night. Like, what the fuck?
Bro.
Anyways, so that's that.
I
love
want
this
another
episode.
story. I like where this is going. Give me another one. What's another
Look,
one that you had?
all I'm gonna say, Russ, I'm gonna make a deal with you right now. Oh wait,
With
did
me?
you gave us a story, right? Because I'm like, you haven't given us a story yet, Russ.
I get this story.
Did you?
It was like
Someone
it
asked
was
my
it was
bank account routing numbers.
Oh,
so, like
yeah,
it wasn't
sorry.
a hookup. Yeah. It wasn't so much like a hookup
Mine's
story,
the-
but you did talk about how like you took him home and then like he asked you for money and stuff.
Mine's the only one that doesn't involve money. Okay, so in LA,
Do people
In
think you
LA.
broke?
in LA, people need money.
Okay, but for the record though, that was out of my 10-year resume experience.
Resume.
This has been the first time that anyone, and this is more recent, this was like 3 months ago probably. This has been the first time that anyone has ever asked me for money. Like I have never in my life had to have anyone ask me for money. So this was the first for me. It wasn't in LA, it was like in another state.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my god. Apparently
Yeah.
Americans are broke. So that's why everybody's just
America.
asking for money and routing numbers.
But you got money to blow the night before. So okay.
Well, it's funny because he had texted me. He was like, "Oh my god, you'll never guess what happened." And I was like, "Let somebody ask me that now. Like, can you do me a favor?" I'm like, "What is it?"
I texted him right when he left, and I was like, Russell, I cannot believe what the fuck just happened right now. And so now we have this joke now, me and Russell, where we want to play around. We're just like, oh, like, can you do me a favor? And he's
Oh
like,
baby,
what is
can you
it?
do me a
What is
favor?
it?
Like, what is it?
What is it? Yeah.
Oh
so
my
that's-
gosh.
Paul is
oh
still
my
in
gosh.
shock because he has no idea what happened right now.
Like you're literally like, I have this lingering cough and I can't stop coughing now because you're just making me laugh. Like, I can't believe it. I literally would have been like, if he's like, oh, you're like, do you have $30? I would have just been like, are you gonna finish soon? I would have just
Yeah,
been like that. I'm like, are you gonna leave soon? Like,
so weird. And then I was a little fearful because I'm like, so what are you gonna do? Like, what's gonna happen? Because I said no to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I mean, thank God nothing happened after, but like we kind of just went at it for like another 30 minutes and he finished and I was like, all right, okay, you gotta go. You gotta go. Like I can't.
And I want to actually get into this for just a second while everyone's like, take this disclaimer for everybody who's listening. Let your friends know what's going on. Have that one trusted
Yes.
friend that
Yes.
you could let know.
Don't.
I have someone coming over. Look, Humbie will send me their photos, their
Yes.
Instagram information. I have all their information. So if anything happens to my friend, best believe
Yes.
I'm gonna come find him.
Yes,
and all hell's gonna break loose. And I'm bringing
so
my
we
cousin.
share locations, one. But two,
Yeah.
like, yes, I will send them their address. I will send them their fucking photo
Yep.
and be like, this is a person, I'm going here.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
I don't report back in like an hour or two, like, bitch, there's a problem. Or if you don't see that my little thing moves from that location in like the next 3 hours,
Yeah.
there's a fucking problem.
well,
You know?
it's definitely not. It's definitely more than an hour if it's taking more than 40 minutes. Like,
Okay,
you're like-
you're right. Okay, 3 hours.
but really
3
though,
hours.
so I feel like we need to create like we started doing this in season 1, like a list of like hookup rules, and like one of my hookup rules is wear shoes so that if you need to run, you can run. I feel like another hookup rule is don't carry cash.
Hell no.
Because-
no.
Don't carry cash.
Don't
wear
carry
shoes.
anything, not even your wallets.
Yeah, Exactly.
That's your license.
Right. And if you're in a hotel room, they're coming over to you. Hide all your shit. Hide your luggage.
Yes.
Don't have nothing in sight. Hide everything because
Yeah.
you never know.
Oh,
Number
we
4,
really are.
pressure them into sending you all of the photos that you can forward to your friend who will know how to find them and where to find them. And if they're coming in a car, take a picture of their license plate and send it to them as well.
Yep.
Get all their information. Get their routing numbers.
Oh my god.
Trust me,
You know what,
Russell. If Russell pursued a job as a PI, now successful. Russell will
Okay.
succeed. I don't know why you never pursued a PI because you would
Yeah.
fucking win at that.
Let me tell you, Humbie texted me one time.
Oh my
Okay, Paul,
gosh.
did you all hear about this in Australia when we had that guy who hooked up with someone in the Senate capital of the United States? Like
Mm-mm.
in
Oh,
no,
that video was all over Twitter.
no, it wasn't yet. But Humbie texted me and he was like, do you have this video? Can you find this video?
Yes.
I went, I found it, I got it back to him within 8 minutes.
Oh,
I said, here it is, girl. He said, I swear you are unmatched. Like,
Because I wanted
there's-
to see the video. There was just screenshots like of it.
Yeah, there was just
on Twitter.
screenshots.
That's what it was. There was screenshots of it on Twitter, but I wanted to see the video just because I was curious. And I was like, fuck, I can't find it. I'm typing all these things. So I'm like, oh, let me ask Russell, because he will find it in like an instant. Kid you not. 8 minutes
8
later,
minutes later,
I
it
fucking
was in
get
his
the link of
inbox.
the video. Yeah.
Look.
you know what, Russ? If you can find a video in 8 minutes, then why haven't you found us men?
You didn't ask me to find you a man, or I could have. Hold on. Give me
Okay.
3
I don't.
seconds.
I'm not looking for. I'm not looking for a man. So not for me. I don't need a man.
All right.
Hold on.
We're
Let
putting
me
this
take
on the
pictures of you.
record.
Give me a second. Look, if you want a man, girl. I'm speaking of. I'm always getting the tea. Everybody's always. I don't ask for the tea. It just gets sent to me, and I just got a message which shook me, which is why I got a little quiet.
Oh my
But yes,
gosh.
let me tell you, there's one thing about me that you will never be able to get away with, and that's you will not be able to hide. You cannot hide anything from me. I will tell you that I will find it. Okay, so there's that. Yes, and Humby knows this like facts. Like I will find it, and I will find out and that's not the only thing. Like I just won't find it. I will find every detail and aspect of that information that I need, so that I know from top to bottom the way the story plays out. So like, not only did I get the Senate video, but I also had more information on this individual, where they came from, where the other person came from, how they knew each other. Like I had all the information.
Wow.
I don't love to dig into people's lives. I only do it when I need to protect someone, or that wasn't protecting you, but
I was gonna say there's
you.
no one there to protect.
Oh, you know what? That I will say that's the investigative journalism in you. So I will say that. So not
I was
PI,
highly
but
trained.
Let's clap to that.
Hold on.
Let's clap to that.
So with that being said, if y'all come from my friends, if you come from Paul, or if you come from Humby, I will find the information. I will have your license plate number, your address, and I will send it right to everybody who needs it. But I'm an angel, I promise you. I'm not that big. I'm not. I won't fight you, but I know people who will.
He's an Aquarius, you guys.
I am an Aquarius. And here's the
Aquarius
thing,
season.
we're not crazy. And people are like, you guys are crazy. We're not crazy. We're down for a good time. We just don't
You're
like to be messed
passionate.
with.
Right,
So if you
right.
mess with us, then we're gonna get you back, and we're unrelenting. So we're gonna get you all the way back.
All the way.
Okay.
Grand rising to that.
Grand rising.
To that.
Good morrow.
Right.
I love this story. There's a couple things I want to talk about before we let me check the notes for a second.
This is gonna be so weird, but I need a pee break. I'm gonna like literally run to the bathroom right now. I just said that on the podcast. Okay, see you guys in 2 seconds.
Look, there's Paul's butt.
Wait, freeze. Pause it right there.
Mute.
Screenshot.
Oh my God, I'm so dead with your story.
Yeah, the audacity. I cannot.
What gives someone the right to think that they can ask? Look, if you are all in the chat right now and you're listening to this, or if you're just streaming this on Spotify and iTunes, please message us and give us the reasons of why you would ask somebody for money that you don't know.
Exactly.
Because I'm shook, as in like why I was asked and why you were asked and why Paul has not been asked.
Because mind you, I'm sure you run into profiles where it's like they ask for money, right? Like it's like they'll do like the little money symbol or something. I've seen profiles where like they put it on their bio how they're looking. They if you're going to meet up, like you need to pay up, right?
Looking
So
for
like
reward.
right, yeah, it's something like that. I've seen that all the time. So I get that. In those profiles, I'm like, no, why the fuck am I gonna pay you for what the fuck? But you're right. The fact that, like, what gives someone the reason, or I guess like how do they feel so comfortable in asking for money? That's so weird. I don't know. That's
Broke
so
people
weird.
have no shame.
Literally.
Probably.
No shame.
So with that being said, Humbie, before we let you go, what is your oh no moment of the week? Do you have an oh no moment of the week?
Oh, I don't. What is an give me an example.
Oh no moment of the
Give
week is
us-
something that you're like, oh no, I can't believe this happened.
Or like give us an
Yeah.
oh no moment of like
The grinders.
yeah, another quick Grindr oh no moment where you literally like had to say like oh no, like oh no, or like oh no, or like I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I love the emphasis of all the different variations of that.
You know what? I don't know. I don't think I have an honor moment. Like
I love it.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think I have one.
What about when you've ever like walked in on a hookup and you've just thought like, oh no. No? Nothing like that?
I can't
I have
not
one.
any-
I'll tell
Not
you.
recently. Yeah, tell us because I can't
Look,
think of
my
one.
no or moment of grinder is
You said it again. No, oh.
Did I? Oh, I
Yes.
hate when I do that. My or nar moment of grinder is look, dyslexia is nothing to be ashamed of, everybody. I've had it my whole life.
I think I have that too. I don't know. Anyway.
Look, we're gay. We're not smart.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with people's body types.
Just
like I
pretty.
have a wide range of things that I'm into.
Mhm.
I was messaging someone and I was like, wow, this person is just a beautiful individual, like a stud, looked like a freaking model. I walked in to the lobby of, we were going to meet at a restaurant at one of the hotels. And this person was a fat fish. Again, I don't have a problem with being with someone who's thicker, meeting someone that's thicker. But it's the expectation of, I was just led on to believe you looked at a certain, because you might be in the mood for something different, right? So, and I was like taken back because there was a significant size difference. We're talking 40 pounds size difference, which is about 20 kilos of a difference of walking into someone. So if you've seen me like this, and then I have an additional 20 kilos on me, it's going to throw you a bit. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, so like, blah, 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 we're going back and forth, and I'm trying my hardest to be interested in this conversation, but I'm more irritated at the fact that like you catfish me, right? As my friend called it a fat fish, which is why I called it a fat fish. I'm not plus size phobic or anything, so don't come for me.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just you weren't
because we love a thick and juicy boy. We do. We love a thick man.
You weren't looking for that in the moment.
It's not that even if I like, here's the thing. If he would have sent me his actual pictures of how he looked, I would have been fine with it. But it's a deceit. I would have met up with him, actually. It's the deceit of like, oh, this is who I am. And it's not who you are. And so it pissed me off more than anything else. And so I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Like, I'm actually irritated with the fact that like you try to like pull the wool over my eyes. And I really don't care what you look like. I think you're beautiful. But the fact that you just like, you didn't think that that was an important aspect of anything, and you just try to like what do you plan to get out of this? It'd be like me putting pictures of me all buff, and I'm like a twink. It doesn't make any sense because I'm gonna show up and then be like, "Where's the muscle guy that was gonna pick me up and throw me against the wall?" It like you know what I mean? But like, I was just like, "Oh no, nar."
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. For those of you watching, don't deceive people. Like that's fucked up. Like
It
you know what
is.
I
It
mean? Like
is.
don't do that. That's I hate when people do that. Don't.
That's why you
Like,
gotta
don't
ask for
come looking
Instagram.
like, and don't tell me you look like Antonio Banderas and then come showing up like Uncle Fester.
That's why you have to ask for Instagram, in my opinion. And the Instagram's got to have like a recent photo on there, or like a
So
story or something.
a lot of people usually ask me. I never do, but a lot of people ask me like for a snap, like my Snapchat, and
I
that's
don't
like
like
another way to
Snapchat.
verify. I don't
Yeah,
either. I used to have it when it was popping back in the day, but like now it's not. But
yeah,
people
I
still
don't
have
like it.
it. I don't know if it's like a Gen Z thing, but it's like everyone on
Girl.
Grindr is always like, let me get your snap. And I don't like to give Instagram because I feel like Instagram is a little more personal, and like I don't want to
Personal.
give you my Instagram on Grindr, but I'll give you my snap. I mean I don't use it, but I have a Snapchat. I'll give you Snapchat because I'm not always on it. So I
Yeah.
feel like people, if you don't want to give Instagram, I feel like people verify also like on Snapchat or like on other platforms, I guess.
Mhm.
So that's another way too, like to verify,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah,
Because
verification.
I don't give people my number either. I've had people ask me like, "Oh, let's FaceTime," but I just think that's so weird. Like, I don't know you. I'm not gonna like. I don't want to FaceTime you, but I get it. They're trying to just,
Yeah.
you know, for safety purposes. I get it, but it's just so
Yeah,
weird to me. So I feel for me like, okay, I can give you my Snapchat because if I'm not on it, that's fine. You can blow up my Snap, and I'm not gonna know because I don't have my notifications or anything. You know,
yeah,
so that's another
yeah.
way, I guess. Yeah, but don't fucking lie. Don't lie. If you look like Uncle Fester, bitch, you better fucking have a photo of Uncle Fester on there, not Antonio Banderas.
Because you know what? I might be into Uncle Fester if it's
Because I
Halloween.
might be
Just
onto
let me
fucking Uncle
know.
Fester.
Might be
Yeah,
into the
don't
thing.
lie.
People cut
Do
themselves
not
short.
lie.
And so stop doing that because you should be confident in who you are in your skin. Like, stop playing these games. If someone superficial doesn't want you, don't try to lead them on to you being something that you're not. And with that being said, thank you all for joining us for the Grindr Chronicles. We want to see you in the comments. We want to know what your worst Grindr hookups have been. We want to share this on next week's podcast. So please follow us, like, subscribe. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes. You can go to
Yes.
YouTube. You can find me at Russell X Raymond. You can find Paulie B at Mr_Biohan. And you can find Humbie at Cheekie.Humbie with the IE from the IE. Okay.
Like, it's actually at the Cheeky Humbie altogether.
Yeah, that one.
But close.
All right, y'all. We don't mean to be rude, but we're gay, so we gotta go. Bye.
Bye.